Well, hey, how you doing? Good to see you again. Look, the the knife from Nepal came in. Oh, let me get my notes. I wrote them on the back of a paper plate. It didn't take long to get to me. The first attempt was on the July 20th at 14:16, which for you non-military people, that's 2:16, 2 p.m. That's when it went out for delivery. Now, they said the other day it was delivered at 20:14, which is 8:14 p.m. And they said I wasn't home. I was home. And what happened was I went to, these mosquitoes could care less about bug spray. What happened was I waited all day long and I had to poop. And I got done pooping and I came back and I checked the tracking and it said, delivery attempted, person not home. And I'm like, fuck, man. So, well, come to find out they needed a signature. Prior to that, there was this food bar with my address. And what happened was, I gave the Kukri house a P.O. box. Because, well, I'm not sure how they're going to ship, so that's what I gave them. Boy, these bugs are fucking... I gave the Kukri house a P.O. box, and they took it. They didn't say, well, no, we don't ship to a P.O. box. Well, then when the thing got to then when the item, went through customs and everything, and it got into the U.S., and it got to a town, Orlando, Florida, which is like about an hour and 45 minutes away from me. DHL, which is where this is shipping from, it said Express Worldwide. It said, we can't ship here. We don't ship to a P.O. box. I'm like, fuck. Well, I wish they had told me that sooner. So, it said contact DHL. So I went to contact DHL and I was like, I ran into so many obstacles. First of all, if you go to the DHL site and you go to contact us, you don't get a phone number. You get this automated crap. So this is where I start getting a little agitated. And this is where I start to vent. So you don't get a phone number, you get this automated crap. And it said contact, and then do you have this problem? No, I don't have that fucking problem. The fucking problem is you want you don't want me to translate that. So what I did was I Googled, and I Googled DHL phone number. Bam! Instantly, there it is. You go to the DHL site and you try to find the fucking phone number and you don't get anywhere. I don't mean to get off on a rant here, but, and yeah, I do, but, it started to get really aggravating. So, I called that number, and luckily I get a person, it's like two days ago, I have a very bad track of time. So, motherfucking bugs. I mean, really, I got bug spray on and mosquito is eating my leg up. Anyway, I was agitated to start with 2 days ago, and I woke up agitated, and I was like, shit just happens, Even when you wake up even when your life is, even when your life is good, and my life is good. I have nothing to complain about. I mean, it's just, everything is fine and hunky-dory. But once in a while, you get to that point where you're irritated. And it happens. And I don't try to decipher it. I'm like, I used to be like, what is aggravating me and why am I aggravating? What do I know and why do I know it? And what do I feel and why do I feel it? And blah, blah, blah. And if I cannot come up with an answer, I just write it out. I write out what's going on. But anyway, back to the ranch, and I digress, and I do that an awful lot. Maybe that's what some people really liked on my other channel. Where in the hell was I going with this? That's a very good question. So, let me back up. What did I do? How did I do it? Why? So I get a hold of a person on the first day, and I said, no, this is my address. They said, no, we don't deliver to a P.O. box. And I said, okay, this is my address. Make sure it comes to this address. Don't send it anywhere else. Don't put it in your machine because it gets fucked up, because it's a rural route issue and it gets screwed up. And she said, I will make sure. And luckily, this person I talked to spoke some English. And I'm like, cool. And she spoke English without this really foobar accent. So that's when it was supposed to be delivered the next day, and it wasn't because the guy knocked. I wish he had a honk, that would hurt him. But I was taking a poop. And I'm like, alright, so I got online and it said log in to change that. Gosh, you bugs. So that took a long time to get logged in on where I needed to get logged into. And then later today I tried to get logged into the same thing I logged into, which I gave them a name and an email address and everything else. And they said, invalid email address or phone number. I'm like, well, that's one I used yesterday. So later I got an email and I clicked on that and I was automatically logged into where I was logged into that they said I couldn't log into because it was an invalid email address. And today I called up and I said, hey, I want to make sure, well, I got a person that, frog, and I got a person that said that was talking to me, but very, very, proper English, but very, 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 very deep accent. And oftentimes what these people do when they talk, they got these customer service people, they got this mic. And sometimes they don't put it up to their mouth. And I can't hear. My hearing sucks. And when they're talking to me, I'm like, especially when you're talking to me like an accent, I'm like, I'm like, okay, well, she had a heavy accent, and I couldn't understand her, and I finally hung up on her. She said, no, we'll get it there. So their website sucks. DHL website sucks. And when it says, it's coming from out for delivery, coming from a town which is an hour and 45 minutes away, and I'm like, so that was July 21st, and it said, it was at 1:01 p.m., and it just got to me at 7 p.m. I was like, all right, well, it got to me. And this has got to me, because it was rather annoying. So, here's the package from Napal. It is the from the Kukri house. It's the gator tail Donnie B. All Day designed Bowie, and I'm very agitated, and I've had I've had some martinis. So consequently, I'm going to review this tomorrow. And I'm going to open it, and I'm sure it'll be fine, but I don't want my biased fucking opinion right now to overshadow a night that I know that's going to be wonderful. Okay? I have to go now. I'm terribly busy. We'll see you.